Hi everyone, my name's Dr. Tapley and I'm here to tell you a little bit about the IB Philosophy course. In philosophy, we like to ask a lot of questions. Let's start with a simple one. Are you curious? Do you wonder about the world and your place in it? Do you think about morality? What is fair and what is right? Do you think that there is a purpose in life? Something that we should be doing? Or is that something that we have to work out for ourselves? If so, how do we do it? And what are the dangers in getting it wrong? Even with just these few short questions, we can begin to see much of what doing philosophy is all about. Philosophy means the love of wisdom. On the IB course, we study the wisdom of great thinkers like Aristotle, Kant, Bentham and de Beauvoir. We want to understand what these influential minds thought about their place in the world, what they thought was morally fair and right, what they thought about finding a purpose in life, and what they thought about avoiding some of the pitfalls along the way. We don't just try to understand the received wisdom of these famous minds, we also try to critically evaluate it. Does Aristotle's outdated biology undermine his theory of ethics? Is individual happiness the only moral consideration, as Jeremy Bentham might have us believe? What do the latest theories in contemporary fields such as genetics and cognitive science tell us about our place in the world and our purpose in life? And even when we have understood received wisdom and critically evaluated it in the light of contemporary ideas, we are still not done in philosophy. Because the point of studying these famous philosophers is to help us to apply their ideas to the world around us. In this way, we can use their advice to form our own thoughts, conclusions and answers to the questions which made us curious in the first place. What is the world? What is my place in it? What is fair? What is good? What is right? And how do I make sense of my purpose in life? Philosophy asks questions, and the philosophic method, understanding received wisdom, evaluating it, applying it to the world around, and arriving at justified conclusions, is a general purpose tool for working out the answers. What's more, this method does not just apply to those questions which made you curious in the first place. The critical thinking tool which philosophy hones in its students can be applied to any set of rational problems. A better grasp of the philosophic method will help you to deconstruct and defeat the arguments of your opponent, as well as robustly construct and defend your own thesis. An improved ability to understand, explain, evaluate, and apply a set of ideas has a broad application in both university and workplace settings across a wide range of disciplines. Indeed, whilst many people tend to think of philosophy as a set of core subjects like ethics or logic, in fact, it is better to think of it as a critical thinking method which improves the rational mind and can be applied to almost any subject. And this is a two-way street. Not only can philosophy be applied to almost any subject, think philosophy of science, or philosophy of language, or philosophy of art, but likewise almost any subject can be applied to philosophy. This is why we welcome contributions to philosophy from physicists on subjects such as artificial intelligence, or from neuroscientists on consciousness, or ethologists on the origin of morality. These new additions from leading contemporary practitioners across multiple fields to the corpus of ancient and received wisdom keeps philosophy young, dynamic, and relevant to the world around us. The IB course syllabus is made up of a core theme and 2 optional themes. In the core, we examine questions like, can science alone explain consciousness? Or is there something more to it than that? Are we free to choose our own way in life? Or is free will and delusion? The first optional theme is ethics, where we examine classic models of morality and apply them to the real world around us. The second optional theme is philosophy of science, where we trace the development of the scientific method and ask questions such as, can our senses really see what is true reality? We also study a set text, which examines the contemporary culture of individuality and asks if we as a society can aim to achieve more than simply being true to ourselves. There are no prerequisite subjects to enrolling in philosophy. The course may be taken at either standard or higher level, the difference between the two being that higher level covers both optional themes as well as a further third unseen paper. We will aim to develop in you a mind which is more analytic, articulate and critical. The IB course differs from the GCSE and A-level religious studies courses in containing much less religious content. There is considerable overlap with psychology, but philosophers tend to aim for wisdom, whereas the goal in psychology tends to be a scientific understanding of the human mind. The P&R department at Wellington College has a proven track record of success at IB level, with 89% of candidates achieving the grade 6 or 7 since 2013. By the end of the 2-year course, our aim is that students graduate with a better understanding of what is good and what is right, of the power of logic in arguments, of our place in the world and our purpose, and how to criticize wisdom. The question with which I leave you is, how curious are you?